Hello, my name is Jan Ellis Jr. I am from Houston, Texas. I went to Prairie View University for undergrad. I got a bachelor's in computer engineering, a master's in artificial intelligence, electrical engineering, and I'm on a career sabbatical for my PhD in artificial intelligence. Primarily, my desire to be an engineer stemmed from just curiosity. I used to break stuff when I was a kid, and growing up, blue collar, something gets broke, it's either you fix it or you don't get it replaced. So I started to tinker around with things, and I was fortunate enough to have a black male educator inspire me to pursue engineering as an opportunity because I was passionate about robotics. What y'all will learn as y'all explore your careers, you have to have balance. Who you are as a person, who you want to be as a professional. But take that challenge with grace. I get to go in and make the change and also create opportunities to hire people in the future as well. So it's very exciting and humbling. I have to say, I did a little bit of everything. I did research. One of the key points I recommend for anybody doing STEM is while y'all in undergrad, getting research with a professor if you don't have internships. So I would offer to people that don't have research, find a professor in your discipline that you can do research with, because that will help put credential behind your resume to make you more attractive to recruiters in the space. It's all great to have like student organizations that you're a part of and support and be on the board for. However, from my personal experience, because I didn't have any of those positions, I learned that a lot of students that did got sidetracked when it came to the professionalism because their technical skills weren't as developed. That's where the research comes into play, because you're working with a professor that's doing something that's typically grant funded, which parlays into it being valuable. Not saying don't be in leadership for these organizations. I would have, but I wasn't popular enough for it. I was worried about the wrong things in school and at college. So, and then once you get in those internships, continue to still support these spaces because they're gonna see that as, oh, they're opening doors and establishing community. And that's how you maintain career and also elevate. Keep the main thing, but also support the resources around you because they often pour into you. That's where you talk about your skill set and being able to market yourself. So doing research, I got new base level, but because I have a very valuable skill set adjacent, they want the skill that I have being able to teach artificial intelligence to non-technical people. So I can break down the AI algorithm to a professor, to a kindergartner, and have done it already, and like have that in my portfolio. So I've taught like a workshop about AI to professionals and also to STEM NSBE juniors. When you talk about like the capacity of it and the value of it, is how you market your talent and your skill set, because that's where people find, that's where they set your price point at. You may be more technically sound in one space, but an employer is going to look at how much of a value you add past what the initial requirement is. That's where you get the duties as a sign piece of it. So be technically sound, but also understand how to move in a room, how to conduct business, how to orate information in real time, assessing the audience, provide feedback, create connections with people so that they trust what you say, because your credibility ties into your skill set. Like the example I brought in with Push. I mean, I'm not selling my morals for money, but my opinion is very valuable. So I'm willing to sell my opinion, but not my soul. So that's something you just take up with. But you can always deal with that in ways to think about it. But when it comes to a skill set and an ability, I think what set my bar is the effort that I'm putting into my craft or my talent worth the compensation as it pertains to my peace of mind. And I live beneath my means because of how I was raised, so that in the event that I get a WFR, I can pay my bills for the year. That speaks to where I establish the value for myself. Is this person or this entity pulling me away from peace of mind at a rate that is comparable to that value? And that's when you start thinking about what you offer. I know that if you put me in a room with the executives, I can speak to the work that I do confidently and address their needs, as well as meet them on an intellectual level on a short notice. I've done that. That shows value to my manager. The biggest thing for determining value for me is the rate that they are paying me on an annual basis worth the peace of mind that I give into it. Bro, I'm a people person.
You better prove the people right too. You more than just
Hands on the setting. Locomotive. I remember when I was in college, I said, man, the moment I get a chance to see Andre 3000 perform, I don't care if it's Broadway, if he paints in, whatever, I was going to go to the show. And ironically enough, it was a jazz album. But the Andre 3000 tour was one of the best days of my life. I really enjoyed the show. And when those tickets went on sale, originally I wasn't able to get one of the showings. So when he had a Houston day, I immediately dropped everything. I remember being at work, I took a break. I bought the most expensive tickets that I could get. And Andre 3000 is my favorite rapper, like ever. And I always told myself the moment I had an opportunity to go see him perform, I didn't care what he was doing, I was going to see it. Ironically enough, when he went on tour for doing a instrumental album like jazz style, I bought that ticket immediately. And not only did I just buy a ticket, I bought the most expensive ticket that I could get. I sat in the very front row. I got VIP. I got to do a Q&A where I got to chat with him. It was one of the best days of my life because I really am a fan of his music and has really changed my life. I got some pictures with him as well as the other people that were at the Q&A session. It was a really good experience, and I'll never forget that moment. That was one of the best concerts in my life just because it was my favorite artist. So I bought the hoodie for the tour. It's fly, it's plush, it's premium, and I'm definitely wearing this. This is not something that I'm finna store because it's really nice. I got him to autograph my badge for the Q&A session. I got an autographed poster as well as a tote bag. I don't know what's up with artists in these tote bags, but hey, it is what it is. It's just what they like to give out. Here's my ticket. I got to sit at the very front row. Like, I sat right in front of him while he performed. It was so amazing. I'm a fan of the album. I know some people feel some type of way about it, but it's a cool little vibe to kick it with. Just kind of relax your mind a little bit. It also came with this art book. This is some of the premium stuff that people didn't get. You couldn't buy this. It was like he got this thing with cones. I don't know, but I mean, it's just something to have. It's something to like reflect on as well as the typical dad hat. I'm grateful for the experience because it was just dope that for me to be able to afford something like that at a time where when I was growing up, I wasn't gonna be able to go to a 100,000 concert without casting him. I had to ask like a bunch of questions, and he was very like a very cool, authentic person for sure. I bought this shirt before the tour, so I wore it out there because why not? I would say the Andre 3000 tour, the experience, if you're a fan of Andre 3000, you really would have enjoyed it. I know some people were looking forward to him doing a rap album. He's just not in the space to be rapping right now. Who knows? Fingers crossed he might do it one day. The Dios Store did a pop-up honoring Pimp C's legacy where they had some merch for sale. They had some of his personal items on display in a very tasteful way, as well as the iconic Big Pimpin' white mink coat. Now, my personal favorite was in the Get Throw music video. That's why I love this hoodie, because Pimp took out a $100 bill and lit it on fire and kept the verse going, saying he had money to burn. And to me, that was just like on a whole nother level, because ain't no way you had $100, you just lit $100 on fire. So a young man, that was definitely setting the bar for me high. Now, I ain't never lit a $100 bill on fire, but it was just the mentality that inspired me that I could earn it and have real paper. Rest in peace to Chad Butler, aka Pimp C. Vandal, if you watching this, just one ain't gonna cut it. This one per customer stuff is not gonna fly. I need at least like 2 or 3 of these. I got multiple rooms where I want figures like this and some posters. I need some prints. We gotta have your products all in the crib, man, because you are a very talented artist. Monopoly is a very serious game for my cousins. Like, everybody in the family, we do not play about Monopoly. So much so to where we can start playing at 7 o'clock and play all the way till 7 in the morning. I know it sounds crazy, but we've done that before where we done took breaks and kept the game going until the next day. And this is just going to be a really good addition to the collection. This was a game that my grandmother taught us how to play when we were young, and we get very competitive about it. I'm talking trash talk, like it get real. This is a very nice premium quality product. This was a nice touch too. I wasn't expecting to get out of prison free card, but I'm rocking with it. I think this would be a fun little knock. You don't want to be last place in Monopoly because you will get talked about for the next month, or at least until the next session. If you want to hop on the next Monopoly session, tap in with me, let me know, we can run it. I'm probably gonna have to organize a Monopoly League. We are looking for a solid 4 to 5 people to play a session. I can't wait to show this to my cousins because we take Monopoly very serious in my family, and this can't save them. So